Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of City Sim Builds. And here we are in the hustle and bustle of the South River Farm. This is one of the things that we accomplished in the previous episode, and as you can tell, we have a lot of truck traffic through here. But overall, the farm is doing well. We're at a solid level 4. I think the only thing that's keeping us from bumping up to level 5 is the amount of residents we have and therefore workers. But just a quick recap of what we did in the previous episode. We extended this road right here all the way over to here where we have our new bridge that crosses this. I guess we're going to call it the South River at this point. The other thing that we did was we changed this area by grade separating this road from the railroad, and we changed the circulation pattern here. And as you can tell, we have a lot of truck trips here. And one of the things that this has me thinking of doing is placing maybe one or maybe two other cargo train terminals throughout Two Rivers County. So that's something I'm considering, and I might do even in this episode. The last thing that we did was we extended this road, this county road, all the way over here, added some more residential, and we built this other road that goes across with a new bridge to this other recently completed road that will eventually have an interchange back here with our highway. And this is going to be the main focus of today's episode, where we are going to lay out the roads and maybe even zone a little bit through here for the county seat. And I need a name for this county seat, so if you could leave that down in the comments, that would be really, really great. But before we get into today's episode, if you could hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button as well, that would really, really help me out. Also, if you want to leave a comment down below, just giving me general feedback, or if you have any ideas or things that you want me to accomplish, I'd be happy to entertain that. I love hearing from everybody. All the comments that I've received so far have been really great. So yeah, please keep them coming. Before I forget, I also have a Discord server. If you're interested in joining that, I think nobody is on it right now, but if that's something you want to join, maybe we can grow that. That could be cool. But yeah, feel free to join that if you feel so inclined. And right off the bat, we're going to do something really quick. The first thing that we're going to do is rename this road. We had a really excellent road name suggestion from Ash Moffat, and I like it. It's going to be called Rockville Road, which is an old throwback to what we had this community over here named, which was Rockville, which is now Summit Peak. So I want to rename this road, and then I want to quickly take care of this issue here and add a slip lane. And as you can tell, we are backing up on the highway now, and this is one of our big traffic areas that is really causing us to have some slowdowns. So I'm going to go ahead and name this and fix this area. That looks like it's going to work out nicely. I might, at some point, change the termini of Rockville Road to either end here or here. I might do it here because this is going to have different importance to the county seat and everything. So I think I'm going to, modify this at some point in the future. All right, and now I'm going to fix this by bringing this down to a single lane and then adding a slip lane for all these right turning vehicles. So I'm going to time lapse this. All right, this is looking much better, and as you can tell, the traffic has already cleared out through here. I just want to touch up some aesthetic things with this, but otherwise I think it's looking pretty good. I wonder if I can... This area has been giving me trouble, as you can probably tell from the time lapse, but I think it's going to have to be adjusted a little bit. So, and the other thing you probably saw me do was make this a 4-lane road, and I think it's time for this road to be 4-laned. We got some junction issues through here, so I'm going to go ahead and clean those up as well. All right, that took me a long time. Hopefully the time lapse was okay for that, but as you can see, things are working out much, much better now. I might actually take a surface painter and kind of go through here and, nope, not that much. And just kind of fill in this section here. Just make it look a little cleaner. But yeah, as you can see, the lefts here, they have to come here and go left under the bridge. The right, we have a slip lane that's like pretty much free flow. I changed all the junctions here, and I think everything is proceeding through okay. Nothing seems to be that big of an issue. I am curious now that we don't have the queuing, and look at all that. That's so good. Nice. In real life, I am a civil engineer, and I used to do more traffic sort of work, like traffic engineering work. And I've moved away from that back to more my transportation planning roots. But it is nice to see an idea that you have with traffic like fleshed out that is working okay. So I'm pretty pleased with that. But I'm curious to see, what did that do to our traffic? Okay, so we went up a little bit. From, I think it was 75 to now we're at 77. I am curious why this still has it as kind of red through here, because we have pretty much free flow. I don't understand why that's the case. Maybe it's just like the sheer amount of cars coming through here, or vehicles. But anyway, we're going to move on from that. And maybe what we do is have like a traffic-focused episode, and ooh, yeah, this is an issue. I think what I'm going to do really quickly is place like 2 other cargo train terminals, because everybody, like from the farm, the oil industry, these 2 industries, the lumber industry and the ore industry, they're all coming to this one spot. And if we can disperse this a little bit, spread it out across the county, I think that would be very advantageous as we move forward. So I'm thinking this might be a good spot for a cargo train terminal. So I'm going to go ahead and place one here. And actually, as I'm looking at this, I'm gonna find a flatter section. Let's cut on contours. I think this should be okay. I say that, and then I'm gonna want to terraform later. I bet it. I bet that's what's gonna happen. But I'm gonna attempt it. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna just roll with it for now. The railroads in this map are just not. Yeah, like look at this grade. That is bananas to me. Like, just it's a roller coaster. But I'm gonna play the game here and not fixate on it too much, and really see if we can just get some of this truck traffic away from that other cargo train terminal. So these residents are not gonna like this, but I'm gonna actually sneak a road through here and bring it back over this way. And I know we do have some grade issues in here, but let's get everything connected up and see if this helps. Actually, I'm gonna fix the grades first. Okay, I'm gonna leave that. That's fine. This did not connect for whatever reason. Okay, I'm gonna ignore the error and hope that my computer doesn't crash. All right, let's check this grade, because this one's the more intense one, I believe. So we'll come from here to here. Okay, that's fine. 6.6. We'll be good with that. For now, I'm just gonna quickly turn this building off so it stops screaming at me, and then we'll cut it back on once we have everything up and running. And that is a really ugly connection. Did it even connect? Yeah, it did. Okay, I gotta fix the grades for the railroad that I made, at least. Hopefully it'll be decent enough. It's not gonna be super flat, but gotta smooth things out a little bit. And I'm playing a dangerous game here. I realize that, but I'm gonna keep playing the dangerous game, I think. 0. Okay. All right, let's see if this will help this section out. 13.5. Definitely not good. Yeah, and for whatever reason, having that extra node in there was causing me some issues. 13.5. I'm just gonna leave this alone. I don't want to spend too much time on this. So maybe later on we can come back and look at some of the rail. Maybe later on we can come back and look at some of the railways and make them more realistic, or maybe it's just part of the map that I kind of don't worry about so much. But anyway, let's get this cargo train terminal connected up. All right, now we'll see if anybody starts using this. And there we have our first customer. It's a farm truck. Nice. All right, cool. So hopefully this helps resolve some of the traffic issues that we've been having over yonder down the riverway. So we'll see about that. I really want to move this high school at some point. I'm not going to do that today. I think this is probably the biggest industry that we have right now. It's turning a pretty decent profit, 12,000. That's really good. The bakery's also doing really well at 4,600, 4,700, something like that. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and actually place another cargo train terminal right here. And this was the remnants of the emergency water pumps that we had. I got rid of those, so let's get rid of those transformer lines. All right, this one is not as pretty. Are any of them actually pretty? I don't really know. But yeah, I'm gonna fix these nodes real quick because they're kind of bothering me. But yeah, I don't know, for whatever reason my hotkey for doing this, like the Control Shift S, is not working for me. So I have to go in and like manually fiddle with it, and it's pretty tedious, honestly. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Okay, that one went a bit more smoothly. So hopefully we get some use. And yeah, there's our first truck. Okay. And where did you come from? Stop. It's an oil truck. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure it didn't like come from like somewhere crazy far away. But hopefully having these 3 cargo terminals will not only like help traffic, but also help us like really turn a profit. And we are. Wow. This is almost 20,000. That's really, really good. Okay. Cool. Just doing a quick check-in at the slip lane. Looks good. All right. And everything over here still seems to be kind of a mess, but it could be just because, you know, we have these 2 industries right here. But hopefully some of this traffic will clear out over time. All right, and I want to get now into the meat and potatoes of today's episode, and that's going to be gridding out the county seat. And when I say grid out, I definitely do mean like just a basic grid starting up front. However, I do want to have some deviations from that grid that I think are pretty significant. So I live in the southeast of the United States, and in the southeast we have Savannah, Georgia, and Richmond, Virginia. And those 2 places have very interesting grids to me. I'm going to pull up a picture of Savannah to show you their downtown. I really like how Savannah has this grid, but they break it up by having these like little micro parks everywhere. Especially as you're closer to like the river, like just south of like all the main commercial and everything. The other thing I want to do is incorporate a fan district, and this is something that Richmond, Virginia has. And basically what happens in a fan district, we can use this road as an example. We'll be creating another road that probably goes off like this or something like that. But what you do is like at a certain point here, you start to deviate and create another road that goes off at like, say, a 15-degree angle or something like that. And then once you go a little further, you deviate even more, and then you deviate again, and it creates this like interesting fan district because it fans out the roadways. And I think that'll look interesting here. So what I want to do is I want to build a basic grid and get some population and commercial over here. And then I want to start, as we go towards the coast, incorporate some of the aspects of Savannah with these little micro parks. And eventually I want to have a sort of like bluff not quite coastal road, but something that comes along here and goes off this way. And then we're gonna fan over here in the future. So with that, let's get into starting off with our basic grid here first. So I'm gonna start off right here, and I'm gonna do just a basic 10 by 10 grid. I think this would be, something that would be nice and walkable. We are gonna have a lot of different junctions and things like that, but that's okay. I'm okay with that, especially for like an older part of a town like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and grid the rest of this out. Oh, and I see I'm making some mistakes here. I don't want to mess up this early, so let's go back and get things right. And I don't think I do have node snapping on. Okay, so I am confused what's going on here. All right, let's just try this again. Oh my goodness. Alright, I don't know why that was as hard as it appeared to be, but man, that was okay. But I ended up taking Anarchy off, so hopefully that will help things out. So for this, I'm going to go out 20 and do this. And then, so here, I'm going to create our little parklets. Or, not parklets, but these little parks that kind of are going to be nestled within our grid. Like that. All right, I'm going to repeat that pattern over this way, and I don't know if we'll be able to get another row of these, but I might try, and we'll see if we can work around this natural formation here. All right, I think that is looking pretty good. So I don't know if we have enough space to do one more. Let's see. I think we do. I think we can make this work. I'm gonna have to just go around this rock formation, I'm under the assumption here that these grades aren't going to be as much of a consideration for us because this is an older part of town. At least that's kind of what I'm operating under, that this is like a historical area. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna have a buffer space between them, and then I'm gonna have one more set of these. All right, I think that is gonna be it. That was a lot of clicking and my finger hurts. So before we get into zoning some of this, I do want to kind of create this future road that's gonna be part of the fan. And I think I'm gonna redo this section right here, because I think it's a good opportunity to have a section that follows some of the contours nicely, but also goes off this way so we can fan off back this way, which I think would be pretty neat looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and from here, place a single road that roughly follows the contours out. Yeah, I think that'd be good. Maybe something like that. And then we'll just tie this back into the new road that we created. And it's pretty cool. We get some deviation in our crazy grid that we just created. So let's see if I can line this up. All right, very ugly connection. I might try and play with some of the slopes in here and see if I can make them a little bit better. Like this one for sure. I'm not going to mess with this too much. I think over here we're just going to be playing with fire. I might try and smooth out some of the terrain though. Oh, and of course we have to open the budget panel. We always have to open the budget panel. And I don't really know if this is going to work too much because since we already have our roadway network in place, it's kind of bumping out a little bit, but yeah. From above, it kind of looks like some sort of, I don't know, Aztec or Mayan sort of symbol. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, let's get to zoning. And actually, before we get into zoning, I want to create a district for this area. And the reason for that is because I created a custom theme for this in terms of the buildings that I want here. And hopefully this works, and we are not going to call this Myrtle Heights. I don't know. We'll just say county seat for right now. I really need y'all's help to come up with a better name for what this city is actually going to be called. But county seat it is for right now, and the style that I created for this is this Two Rivers County county seat. Yeah, let's come in and take a look at this. So right off the bat, I'm going to start off with a low commercial and residential. And one of the things I do know is that I do want commercial right up front here, like this. And then what I might do is have another row that's half commercial. And then we're going to start getting into residential with some sprinkling of commercial here and there where it makes sense. So I do know I want this to be residential. And remember, all these areas in the middle, these are going to be like little parks. So we're not going to have to place any parks here right now, but in the future, I want to go through and put parks here. I do want to also put some of our city services throughout here as well. But first I want to get things roughly zoned in, and then I'll go and put those services in before we actually hit the play button to let things rip. And I think the right approach here is I'm going to go place commercial where I think it makes sense, and then I am going to do just a big area of low density residential, and then go back and unfill these areas. I think that's the order of operations I'm going to go in. All right, I think that is looking really good. I think we have good coverage of commercial throughout here. So let's go ahead and place our residential. And that's gratifying to just go through and place like a very large area of residential like that. Especially as I've been doing some of these like county areas where it's much more click, 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 click. Or I guess it's more of a click, drag, click, and so forth. But anyway, you get the point. But let's get water through here. And I went ahead and actually, well, I thought I did. I don't know what happened here. Let's get this water connected back up, and then I'm gonna go and place the water all throughout this this new area. And we are also going to need a transmission line over here. So I'm going to go ahead and run that from Rivertown. All right, and before we hit the play button, I do want to go ahead and get some of the city services in here that we are definitely going to need. So I'm going to place a crematorium right here, and I am going to also put some medical services around. All right, and we'll need some police coverage. And I got this kind of like old school looking police station, so I think that should be good. I'm going to go with one for right now and see how that does in terms of coverage. Same thing with the fire stations. I got this like cool fire station USA. It's a pretty cheesy name, but yeah. These I'm going to put a little bit more around the grid here. All right, we need to think about our schools. And I think I got a couple different school assets. So we got a small public library. I might actually place that first. Let's put that right there. Got this small elementary school. I'm gonna place a couple of these. No, I'm not liking that placement. So let's relocate. I'm gonna relocate this one here, maybe. And then I'm going to relocate this one to this side of town. I'm going to put it a little bit closer to the river. And I think I'm going to place a high-capacity high school for right now. I would love to eventually build like a high school campus and make it just feel a little bit better. But right now I just want to get this area, up and running. And one of the things that we do not have is mail service, and we really need that. And I'm going to go ahead and place this mail sorting facility kind of over here where some of these industrial uses are. Hopefully, that is not pretty, but we'll leave it like how it is. But yeah, I do want to go ahead and get some of these other kinds of services in. So we'll go ahead and place some of these post offices around. And unfortunately, I think we're going to have to use eminent domain for this. Okay, we'll get that over there. We'll do this one right there. Then we'll get one in Pinewood, say right there. Then one over here in Summit Peak. Maybe we don't have to place this one right. Yeah. Let's place that there. Okay. And then maybe we can get one up here as well. Coming back to the county seat, I definitely want to place a couple throughout here. So we'll do one there, and then we'll do one over here. So let's go through and make sure we have all the services that we need. So we have electricity, and this should all connect up in a little bit. We have water, that should start flowing if we don't have any node issues. I might actually go and place a recycling plant somewhere up here temporarily. We'll see how that does with our garbage processing. For health coverage, I think we are good. We have a crematorium. I might place another one over here on this side. We don't have a cemetery. I feel like a cemetery would fit in well. And unfortunately, our blocks are just a little wonky. But I might get rid of a block, get a little deviation here, and place a cemetery. Yeah, I think that'll look good. And then what we can do is just come along right through here and build a road. Maybe. I have to cut on anarchy for this. All right, and we'll have to check our nodes. Yeah, this one did not connect up, so I might have to place a node. Okay, actually, let's try that again. All right, that's better. All right, so we have our fire coverage all sorted. Police coverage, I think we're good for now. Public education, I think we're going to be covered. We have high school and elementary. And transit is something that we'll come back and take care of later. All right, I'm going to let this thing go and let's see how it fills in. Whoa. And we don't have water. Why don't we have water? All right, let's try that again. All right, and things are filling in, but it is not going how I thought it would. I might need to place a couple of transformers to let the power jump in a few spots, but we'll remove them once things kind of get more underway. All right, let's try that again. All right, I think that's about as much as this is going to fill in for right now. I think our budget is not in a good place, but also I think some of the things that are limiting the growth of the city is the access here. It's kind of hard, I think, at the current moment for folks to get all the way from either over here or over here and meander their way to the county seat. And we built this highway here, and what we need, I think, are two interchanges. So in the next episode, I'm going to place an interchange here and another one here and see how that affects the town's growth. But as you can see, we don't have any residential demand. We barely have any commercial demand, and no industrial. And we are finally, I think, stabilizing with our budget. But with that, I think everything here is looking really nice. Let's take a look at some of the houses and everything that are popping up within our new county seat. Yeah, and this is the kind of like feel I wanted, more like American row house, like Victorian, kind of vibe. And so far we're getting that, except for this thing, whatever this like giant block of modernism is. But yeah, I kind of like coming into the street corner here. That looks really nice. Yeah, I think it'll look just even better once we get more and more development through here. But yeah, with that, I think it's going to do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button and also leave a comment down below. And also don't forget to like the video as well. But I'm really looking forward to seeing you all back in the next episode where we hopefully can get some more access over here and have some more growth. So until the next one, take care. Bye-bye.